What I'm meaning is that every individual, they never seen God, so therefore they never met God, so therefore they don't really know God. The thing is that when you sit down and you think of God, you create God inside your mind, so God becomes a figment of your imagination, crafted by you. But yet, the word God, the more minds focus on that one word, which is God, gives it energy, which is energy. So it's like an energy field which people can use and draw from. But the mastermind controls that energy field who created that word God. That's why they say in the book of John, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, because God is nothing but merely a word.
So I got a question for you. What is the most popular symbol on the planet? You're standing right underneath one. Where? No, the arches. So you got what? 6 billion people on the planet. Everybody recognizes that that's a McDonald's symbol. Mm-hmm. Would you say that that's parallel to the example that you just gave about God, that we're giving energy to that? So we say giving energy, what does that mean? Recognize something as like
every time I do things, books are alive, and just as we are alive. But the life of a thought, it could be short or it could be long, right? And when we give off a mental energy, whoever controls this collects that energy. Because you got to realize that some people are spiritual masters, whereas though they leave out their body and they just actually collect this energy properly. Well, I wrote about the astral projection. Yeah.
Now, I would agree with you in part, not fully.
Yeah.
You're talking about, like, I relate to what you're saying to synchronicity. I believe in that. Like, I can look at the me and my brother, this happened in real life before. He was cracking jokes. He said I look like a horse. I said he looked like whatever. 15 minutes later, I turned on the television, and it was the Steve Harvey show. You know, what you call that? Jeopardy or some shit like that. Wheel of Fortune or whatever. Jeopardy. I think, I don't know what. But one of the answers, it was 5 different answers of 5 different horses. The question was, name a horse. Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Now, to me, that's an example of mental energy manifesting itself in reality in some shape or form. Yeah. So I agree there. But as far as God, I don't think God has a personality. I don't think God is a thinking being. I think we in part see God. I think all nature is God. Everything that nature encompasses, even the whole theory about synchronicity, astral projection, all of that is done through God. So that's what I believe is God nature. Everything, now, all these conceptions about God. Yeah. Now, all these other conceptions about, you know, God thinking about us, or we praying to a being that hears our thoughts, I don't necessarily agree with that. No. The only communication that you could get with a higher force, the closest, is synchronicity. Or synchronistic manifestations. That's it. That's it. I don't think human beings were planned to be here, and then we manifest or any of that. So, I don't know if you agree there.
I won't leave that alone.
No, go ahead and touch on it.
I'm going to leave that alone.
I want you to touch on it.
No, I'm going to leave that alone.
I mean,
I couldn't expound on that.
No, go ahead. I mean, I don't.
But that's what I'm saying. I couldn't expound on that.
I'm not going to get offended.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't expound on that. That was,
are you saying you can't because you agree with it, or
don't know.
You think it's too heavy or something? I don't think it's heavy. I think it's quite simple. Like, I give you something else. Carl Jung, right? You know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, he was a student of Sigmund Freud. He's the person that came up with this whole term, synchronicity. I don't think he was the first to recognize it, but I still don't entirely agree with him either. Mm-hmm. In other words, like, I think A can manifest B, but I don't think the connection has a symbolic meaning to it. For instance, what I've seen come up on television, I don't think it's a connection there. Like, it's not telling me I look like a horse or something like that.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at, or if I have a dream about a fucking person that I know, 2 days later I see that person, that's A manifesting B, but I don't think there's a C there.
I got you.
So I mean, like you say, I look at information, I process it, and I come to my own, conclusion about it. But I never take it on face value. I don't personality worship, even though I do respect Carl Young. So since you don't want to speak more on that, we'll go to something else.
I know. I got to know. I apologize.
Okay.
Hey, you what's your name again?
Johnny.
You get around here?
I'll be around, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I walk up and down the block. I sit down. I do what I got to do. I mean, but which way you walk? I don't want to curtail the conversation.
I was in the mode of doing something.
Let's see. Sometimes you might get a little nervous because you don't know how a person's going to take
No,
your thoughts.
not at all. Not at all.
I want to keep it going.
Not at all. I just I'm on a different plane of thought.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I didn't heard everything that's foreign.
No. What I'm saying, I was doing something for somebody. That's what I ain't want to
trying to sell soap powder.
Yeah, because I told somebody I was going to do something.
Okay.
And I like. I'm one of my words.
Okay. Well, let me say one more time, though, Dan, before you leave. The whole thing about the numbers and the alphabet. I still think, like I say, that's like a relative conceptualization. It's not an absolute. We only been here for like 160,000 years, 125,000 years if you count the Eve theory. You take human beings out the picture, letters, words, none of that exists.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't put all my tokens in that basket.
No, not at all. But if an individual creates something like as far as a mastermind, and that spiritual energy is embedded into it, it manifests.
Yeah. I think that can happen. I think that's called synchronicity.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing much. Hey, look, nothing much deeper than that. I got an essay. If you got a Facebook, you can check it out. I got a Facebook under JL, Jaeill. The essay is called Metaphysical Addendum. I touched on all that. I believe in astral projection. But let me ask you this. Since you believe in it, before I give you my flesh-out theory about it, how is it done? Like, what's going on in the brain when it happens? Astral projection. I like to challenge people, too. Don't get me wrong. I don't like to just talk.
I really can't say what goes on in the brain when it happens.
Educational guess. That's fine.
I just know that the brain is just thrown at what you call God.
I mean, you come from nature, yeah. But as far as the inner mechanism of the brain, when a person is astral projecting out of their body, what's going on?
The brain is still functioning.
Yeah, it's functioning, but like, what type of state of mind are you in?
There's no state of mind there. You're gone.
So you think the person is dead?
Not dead at all. It's like a slumber.
So what wave state do you think this person is in?
A wave state?
Yes.
What you mean by wave state?
Like, you know how you got alpha, you got beta, you got delta. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, this is my theory. I think like when a person astral projects, you're more than likely in a delta wave state. That's like your most calmest state. The lowest hurt that you get in the brain when information is circulating throughout your neurons and your axons. I'm all right. You know what I mean? I didn't really go too far into my perspective, to be honest with you. I'm willing to do that if you want me to keep talking.
You're
trying to run. Where you going to be at? I ain't got nothing to do. I'm just walking around. And when I start, look, I don't have these conversations all the time, but when I start, I like to keep going. That's why I'm trying to keep the conversation going. If you got to get you a food or a fucking burger or something, that's fine. I wait.
No, but I got to do something with somebody. I promise you. Okay. That's all I just like. But I'll come back down here.
Okay, I'm going to say one more thing then real quick. Because you was talking about 5% teachers. That's what it sounds like. You know, when you relate numbers to alphabets and you give a significance to these numbers and stuff like that. Like I said, I thought about that before.
I couldn't cross that over.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if I go look it up and the whole thing you broke it down about the D and the G, I'm not going to find no comparisons whatsoever?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I was going to say, because I was going to say something else. I got a couple of disagrees.
Me, like, take for instance, in the mystery schools, I believe the number is 13, just like Jesus was 12 the 13. And G is 7 letter alphabet. By looking at a 6, to me, it's 13. That's one thing that I figured out on my own. I mean, a lot of things I just taught myself from self-style. I don't know about a lot of, I don't know a lot about, like you start to bring, talk about the alpha waves, beta waves, and so on. But yet, I'm willing to actually get into it and learn.
Now, you say the G is the 7th alphabet.
Yeah.
So how do you translate that into a 6?
G looks like it.
Okay, so let me make sure I follow you. G, if you count the alphabet, is the 7th letter. But because it looked like a 6, it also represents a 6.
Yeah.
That's like me looking at this sign right here, and I'm like, okay, that's what it's money. It's not just cultivation or mother. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's too much. Like, it's
that's how you captivate. But that's how you captivate people. People are captivated by sight. It's like the word C, S-E-G.
Okay.
Now to use the letter C with cigarettes, cake, cookies, chips.
Right.
Like, you see it.
Okay.
And that's how things that I figure out on my own.
But at the end of the day, it's arbitrary. Is it not? Hey, look, I like the whole Socratic method because I try to avoid any type of slick talk. I try to get straight to the matter. So I like the Socratic method. That's why I want to hear what you got to say.
My thing is that whoever created this style of world that we live in, I believe that's the way they had done it, to control people. Okay. I be doing my own thing.
I'm trying to get to the essence of what you think. Like, you agreeing with me, that's cool. I'm trying to figure out, like, what do you hold or put a lot of, I don't want to say emotional, but that you consider to be dear to you.
You said to find out what my mind state was.
Not just your mind state, but, like, what do you really believe in? What do you think about?
You hear me? I say, was you sent to find out my mind state?
Not necessarily. I mean, I can say synchronicity. You know what I'm saying? You walked in and shit, and then if I want to say it's a fucking symbolic connection to it, see. I mean, I can look at it that way. But then that'd be,
go, man.
Well, look, that'd be merely conceptual. I'll talk to you later. Yep. Hey, nice meeting you. Oh, shit. Oh.